That's the good thing about Hoi. There are specific short goals. Too bad Hoi 4 sucks. Yeah. Too bad indeed. I wonder if Kaiserreich multiplayer is any fun. I haven't played any of that. I've been promising my viewers that I was going to try that, and I still stand by that. Also, why aren't we centralizing? I guess I forgot to redo it after the crash. Let's also invest a little fuck ton of admin on that shit. That brings us up to our limit, sadly. When do I get my next state? Yeah, we're quite far away from the next state. Ooh. Man, this game has, or this mod has high expectations for the levels of tech you're eventually going to achieve. God damn. Doesn't matter who gains the most in the end, because at that point it's over. Yeah, I feel like I need to try play Hoi 4 multiplayer one day. Because it seems like that game was almost made with multiplayer in mind, because, you know, whenever Paradox tests their games these days, they mostly play multiplayer. Which means that the developers balance the game around multiplayer. Which I think is kind of a poor decision, because, like, the vast majority of players aren't going to be playing multiplayer, but then again, what is a man to do? It has become harder to keep up with tech in the latest version, which I like, though there are still some problems, like how much Diplo annexing costs. Yeah, I only did one tiny Diplo annexing, and other than that, I haven't done much about it at all. It seems like vassals are just overrated. Vassals have never been good in this mod, though. It seems a bit odd. Well, I guess they were kind of helpful at some point, with my little boys helping me out to get some extra manpower to beat the Ottomans, but because I haven't really reached my full extent, I haven't, you know, felt the need to start making, like, border marchers. But yeah, I agree that that tech should be, you know, very skewed. Not sure. Yeah, no, I guess it still makes some level of sense that China would be pretty good, even in this period. I like this though. I like how India is shite. That is nice to see. I mean, okay, I guess actually some of them have some decent build tech, but yeah. I remember the days of EU3 where, like, you could really, like, chew up the well, anyone really, if you were European, you could fuck shit up. And I think that was how it should be. I feel like at this point though, actually no, France is doing just fine. Well, I don't know. I feel like France should be doing a bit better than they are now, especially the Netherlands. And I guess the various factors that made the Netherlands in history very technologically nice and all haven't really happened in this alternate reality, so I think India and Asia could have worse mill and Diplo but better admin mid-game, especially Diplo. Yeah, I wouldn't know exactly how to balance it. Still though, the fact that the AI never actually bothers to conquer India, and I mean, how would you even do that in this mod? I mean, supposedly the new development system was going to make it so that these, like, insane development provinces or pop provinces in India would be a bit more, like, conquerable, but they're still just, like, obscenely large. Like, taking this one province would give you so much aggressive expansion that the entire subcontinent would turn on you. So I have no idea how, as a European, you would be able to conquer this in any sort of reasonable time frame. I feel like this development is far too high. Like, I get the population is like insane, but also, I guess, yeah. I guess had it been the old system, the development would have been like 1,000, or like, yeah, 1,000 or 1,500 basically. So it's definitely better, but I feel like it could do with being even shittier. Because having these provinces with these like insane levels of development, it kind of breaks the game. Breaks the balance of it anyways. Like, I get that a couple of provinces would be like really large, but the fact that there are so many of them, I don't know. Why? Well, because it makes conquering them like impossible, because, you know, the amount of overextension and aggressive expansion you would get would just make it impossible. And, you know, it's not like that stopped the British when they rampaged through the subcontinent, so I guess I feel like it shouldn't stop. It shouldn't stop a player either. Okay, why? That's a bit spooky. Because we have this random general who has no name. Not sure I like that, but we will. Well, the problem is overextension in AE, not the actual value of the provinces. Well, there is no way to fix the value, or to, you know, to change aggressive expansion and aggressive expansion and overextension with modding, and so you kind of would just have to, you know, you would have to change the value of the province. I don't see, like, that was the whole point of 2.5, to try and to some extent help out the situation. So why did I just lose a bunch of units? Oh, my cavalry, why did my cavalry vanish? Game, buggy ass meme shit. Give me my cavalry back. But yeah, how about we, I don't know, I'm spooked of these leaders who have no anything. I'm just gonna get a new one just to make sure that he's not the source of the bugs. But you know, the problem is that overextension and AE are flat solutions to very contextual things. Indeed. But once again, I'm pretty sure aggressive expansion and overextension, like, they are not moddable in a way that would fix that, so feels like the only solution would be to change the values of the provinces. But maybe things are more balanced than I realize. But I guess trying to balance expansion and to try and make it historic is very difficult, because, you know, in certain instances of history, you know, it's like the Mongols. You could never do what the Mongols did in EU4. You can't, like, conquer the world in 100 years, or however long it took them to make that empire of theirs. At least not in a way that I know of. Like, there's no way with the current mechanics to make that possible, while at the same time representing how much of a pain in the arse it was to expand in the 1600s in Europe. I mean, I'm listening to podcasts about, like, the 30 Years' War and subsequent wars, you know, Anglo-Dutch War, shit like that. And the amount of like pain in the arse those guys went through to like take tiny ass chunks of territories. You know, the 30 Years' War, where the Swedes like conquered Germany essentially, and the only thing they ended up taking was like these little chunks of Pomerania. I guess that's Mecklenburg, so it would be more like here, I guess, something like that. It's like, you know, it's like barely anything. And in a lot of these wars, they're like the amount of land exchange, like Louis the 14th, is it, the Sun King? You know, he barely like got a couple of territories here and there, but he was still regarded as this like uber awesome king because he supposedly, you know, thickened France so much. You can in vanilla? Yeah, I guess you can. But, I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to pull that off, but then again, as can be seen with my, with what I've done so far in this campaign, I am not the greatest conqueror out there, I guess. So how far would I want to go? Because I kind of do want the capital there, actually. I want like that. Yeah, 2 Sicilies. Yeah, they would all be angry at me, but they can be permitted to have a bit of salt about the whole situation. That's fine by me. I mean, really, is there anything that would just stop me from going apeshit? Not that I can think about. Like, as long as my allies don't get too spooked, it's all fine. I guess having Cyprus join a coalition is bad, but he already has a lot of aggressive expansion, so I don't think that's, you know, I don't think this is going to be the tipping point. And then Napoleon came and did the exact opposite. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard. How would you... I guess skilled players can sort of do a Napoleon in the late game. You know, how they do that is still beyond me, but it is possible, so... I guess I should just get good. I don't think I have the patience to play the sheer amounts of EU4 that seem to be required to come to understand that. The Lady Ella Brady, hello. Also, is this conversion no longer happening? Ah, barely. Yeah, I might just need to ditch that. Oh, actually, I could do that. Is this? Yeah, that count is still living, so could be get somewhat back on track. Here we are, yeah. Good shit. Once again, I'm just sad that that, you know, the guy who truly started the memification of this mod, Demian or whatever he's called, that he decided to make like a fantasy game instead of a history game. Because he could have made like a real meme history game. Meme in a good way, that is. Demianansky, yeah. Then again, though, it'll be interesting to see what he can, what that fantasy game of his will be. Like, I'm sure the mechanics can be will be awesome and all, but I just feel like that that unhistoric games, they can't keep my attention in the way that history games can. It's kind of like, you know, Well, it has a lot of elements that go into historic realism. Yeah, but the fact that it's not set in the real world just is inherently less fun than... It's kind of like Stellaris for me. It's like, sure, it's a lovely game and all, but it's like, you know, it just feels like you're doing the same thing all over, like over and over again. But the fact that this game has like these, you know, like one place in the universe in Stellaris is like every other place, but this game has like specific geographical areas that change the whole thing. And I guess a fantasy game like Damianowski would have the same, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just still salty that he didn't decide to make a fantasy game. And the fact that the fantasy elements so far presented looked like sort of lame. Instead of being some sort of interesting original fantasy meme, it's more like just, you know, it's like this ultra generic meme, and the name of the game is also this like super cringy name. It's like, what is it called? Like the Song of the Eons or something like that. It's like, come on, mate, you can do better than that. Why do you even need like elves and orcs and this shit when you know, when that's obviously not the focus of the game? Can't you just have humans with like different cultures and shit? What do the elves and shit like that add to the... Oh, nice. Ah, national tax, that's a bit bad, but I do like the revolt risk reduction, considering we do have some nasty revolt risk right now. Okay, so you can actually piece that right now. Do I want to... Nah, let's leave that land for someone else to mess around with, because I don't really care about this little chunk of land here. It's mostly just to get the holy cities, because I want to see what that does. I think that's a broader indictment of how derivative the fantasy genre in general is. Yeah. Interesting fantasy needs to move away from those like overdone gimmicks and move on to something more original. Mission fulfill. Yes. Urban gravity in the holy cities and legitimacy. Very nice. Okay, maybe I should have saved those then, actually. That was probably a bit of a mistake. Well. What are you gonna do? Alright, new lands. Yay. And would it be worth it to do Empire next? Because I just want more states, to be honest. Anything for more states. And it's a bit too late. I don't know. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should probably do military ideas, but who knows, man? So do I now get more? More. I guess there aren't any triggered modifiers in this, so I just close it down. Can't be bothered with those events that you get from having that shit open. I don't know. I feel like what Demian is proposing to make is you get that sort of Elder Scrolls feel. It's like this sort of ultimate sort of just derivative cringy meme universe. instead of a sort of more interesting... I guess The Witcher also has like elves and orcs and stuff like that, but it does sort of take it... Now, don't spoil anything, because I haven't finished playing the second game, and I haven't even started playing the third, so there's still much that I would need to learn there, but let's go start working on that. Or do we want to push more to Europe? Now let's finish that place off. Morrowind was cool. Yeah, Morrowind was cool, because that was like a unique, cool setting. So I guess I shouldn't shit too much on the Elder Scrolls, because a lot of the stuff is... It seems like it started very sort of dumb, but they did manage to coolify it a bit, so... I haven't played any? Okay, yeah. Because it's kind of like the... you get the feeling, because, you know, in the Witcher series, instead of there being like these massive elven kingdoms or whatever, it's basically like, you know, I don't know how much you know about the Lord of the Rings, but it's kind of like the fourth age of the Lord of the Rings, where like the age of man has been like properly established, and there are only these like small pockets of elves and dwarves left living in these like ghettos and shit like that, which I think is an interesting approach. It's like the age of magic has definitely like, or you know, the age of elves and dwarves and shit like that has definitely come to an end. And that's like an interesting take on it, but of course I wouldn't necessarily... Oh, hello, Albania, nice, or Arbanon, I should say. Does that mean you... Yeah, he does not have any opinions about my aggressive expansion. How lovely. Also, I do wonder if I should annex this place. I don't know, maybe I should... Yeah, let's not do that, because I do have a bit of overextension right now. So maybe picking up Dulcader before any coalitions form would be for the best. I do have a claim on it that is about to go away. He's allied to Bani Khalib. Would assume that's just some dumbass meme lord down here. Yeah, this purple guy. I just realized how it's like the Game of Thrones. Yeah, kind of. Of course, in the Game of Thrones, you know, the magical creatures have like... are basically myths at that point, even if obviously a lot of them still exists barely. And Game of Thrones is, in my opinion, that's an interesting take on like a fantasy setting, you know. So if Demian had gone for more of a Game of Thrones approach to it, I feel like that would have worked better. Have humans be like very much in the center of everything, but at the same time, you can allow for certain fantasy elements here and there. Yeah, you know what, let's just go for war before any coalitions happen. Because this little stain on my border here can't be tolerated any longer. Because I do wonder if I want like a nice little Arab vassal down here. Because I don't really much care for taking over these like shite territories in the desert here, and so having like a little vassal boy, that's a lot of aggressive expansion he's dealing with though. Cucking his friend like that wouldn't... Yeah, I feel like I would be better off trying to resurrect like a dead nation from the dead. If only there was like a nice Iraqi nation that I could, you know, emerge or make emerge, or like a Kurdish nation or something like that. That would be fun. But yeah, did I reduce my maintenance? I did. I'll just get the war started. It's an interesting idea though, making this guy a vassal. Grand Republic, that's Interesting. I'll co-belligerent. Oh, us, Anissa. Okay, so I would have to fight this guy, but that's fine. We have a fort here. That is fine. So yeah, let's go to war. Make him a co-belligerent, and then I'll make my decision at the end of the war. I guess this guy can go head down here then. Did he not join? Are you just gonna hang out or? No, he's in the war. Just took him some seconds to remember it. Also, then again, it wouldn't necessarily matter that much how much this guy would be all, you know, pissy at me, because, like, he wouldn't have the power to oppose me anyways. So he should still stay loyal. Even if he technically, like, despises my ass. Competition for the memes, sure. Actually, do I even have an ear? I do, he's fine enough. I'm not gonna risk any civil wars by getting rid of him. Then again, I can probably afford to disinherit him, but I like the Nile and Mesopotamia because you can build long road networks down them. Yeah, road building in Meiou and Texas is definitely very comfy. Only Paradox would allow for custom map modes, so you could have like a road map mode to have like a real direct idea of how things look. It would be nice. There's a submod for that. Yeah, I did see that actually, but I don't think that was updated to this version, at least when I last checked. Which admittedly is a tad bit of a while ago, so maybe I should go have a look again. Can I even walk over to this guy? Yeah, maybe I didn't think this whole thing through quite as much as I should have. Yeah, because there's no way these guys are going to give me access, so yeah, you can't even go down there. Okay. I mean, maybe I'm just make this guy my vassal then. Ah, that would probably be rather expensive though. Actually, no, it would cost me jack shit with aggressive expansion. What the hell then? Why not? Actually, he probably, yeah, he despises. Yeah, actually, no, his aggressive expansion is even worse. So I really do want this guy. But that would require getting there somehow. I guess Oman would be the... Fuck, but there's no way I can... No, I can actually... No, I can walk to Oman. That's actually doable. Somehow. Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see if that's possible. But we'll see if that's possible. But if taking that land is so cheap, then feeding it to... I guess I wouldn't be able to feed it to him, would I? Oh, actually... No, there totally is a lake. Never mind. No need to fuck with the Omani. Let's go. Sure. Really? Nowhere can I build a renowned university. Let's try and get Athens back up to some extent. Do you know the bug where you get no attrition at no supply limit in provinces? Hey, Realms Deep. Wow, that's quite the raid. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, pretty chill stream here, so by the way. Who are you people? Yeah, I need to up my game for the sounds and shit that play when you get raided, but then again, that's just one thing on the massive list of shit I need to do to improve my stream. True Era of Room. Karaman to Candar. Yeah. I don't know if true. I don't know what you are referring to with a true era of room there. If that's an achievement, then obviously I can't do achievements in Meiou and Taxes, but I assume. Also, fuck Jesus ass. That's a lot of fucking. That's a lot of rebels. Yeah, maybe this centralization has gone too far. I don't know. Because that is all kinds of spooky.
Hello there.
Oh, there's the General Kenobi.
Follow me.
Kenobi.
Hi, Heraclius. Thank you for the follow. Idurin. I formed room in my stream today. Nice. Congrats on the achievement, I guess. Damn it. Is there like a button to like chase a cunt down? Did I just imagine that as a thing? Nah, that wouldn't be a thing with it. That's what I was referencing. Ah, okay then. Ramstorm's room, and here we are dying of heat exhaustion in the Arabian desert. Yeah. Dealing with the, you know, slight amount of aggressive expansion of trying to blob into Egypt in this cursed mod. At least Christianity is, you know, to some extent stopping. Oh, so this is probably going to be a massive revolt. Oh, and the game crashed. Part of me is almost tempted to end the stream on that note, but I feel like when I have that many viewers now, that would be a crime. I'm mostly just really tired. My sleeping schedule is super weird as always, and so despite the fact that it's like, what do you say, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Well, whatever. Welcome to Meiou. Yeah. Ah, the things you do for pops. BRB. Alright. Later, Realms. Thanks for the raid again.
Hello there. Follow it.
Kenobi.
Also, thank you so much for the follow, Jade Baby. For those who are new to the stream and to the channel, I do have to admit that I don't really have a stream schedule, because I'm still technically like primarily a YouTuber, even if these days I stream a lot more than I, you know, YouTube. I mean, I still upload these streams to YouTube, but my YouTube channel has sort of just ended up becoming this like glorified Twitch VOD storage, with some few exceptions. I'm far too unorganized to ever have a proper stream schedule, so. Will you play the Historical Immersion project in CK2? It will motives pretty much everything. I don't know, has the new HIP come out? Because I did play HIP, I guess it's somewhat of a while ago at this point, but you know, did the whole Shia Islam thing. Yes, for Holyfield. Oh, nice. Part of me also wants to do... I want to get back into Game of Thrones mod, though. Part of me is tempted to try and listen to the little meme history book, quote-unquote history, that George R.R. Martin released. Fire and Blood or whatever. Let's try and get that Game of Thrones hype again. Mecca gets a religious scandal. Bedouin raid. You guys have fun now. Not sure if I fully grasp this decision. It's like send an army out to punish. Okay, so I guess maybe that will lead to an event, like a different event. That's probably it. This boomer isn't even hip to the current version. Am I a boomer though? Aren't I more like a doomer? If I know my Wojak 4chan dumbass terminology. Boomers are like the older generation. So I would be more like... Not like a Zoomer, which is the Gen C, which are the younger guys. Are you a Stannis fan? I don't know. I have mixed feels about Stannis, which I think is a sign of his good writing. No one is saying anything. It's just whatever convenient for the memes. Oh yeah, of course, but you know. Gotta keep your meme terminology straight, eh? But I'm generally, like, in theory, like a Targaryen fan. But at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of Daenerys, because she's too nice, and I often sort of find myself attracted to the evil characters in books and shows and stuff like that. But in general, I support, you know, the Targaryens' right to rule Westeros. But more in the idea of the older Targaryens and their, you know, glorious insanity and shenanigans. How long are you gonna stream? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Right to rule, he actually believes in this shit. Well, right to rule. I mean, whoever I claim has the right to rule, I only claim that because I think they're the most awesome. Shit. Let's see. It's 30. Jesus, fuck ass. That is a lot of rebels. Oh god, I guess oh my, it's gonna cost a lot though to harsh treat these guys, isn't it? Ay. But no, I really do want this vassal, actually. I sort of set my mind on that now. Also, I only really dislike the Mary Suing of good characters in the show. I feel like I should know what Mary Suing is, but I'm a big fan of Stannis because he is the only one who lifted a finger. Well, he only lifted a finger because, you know, because it kind of made sense for him to do that. Or where else would he go than to the north? Who's perfect and never fails? I'm mostly referring to the latter in this. Oh yeah, I knew I'd heard that before. I saw a big video on that. I don't think Daenerys is a Mary Sue though. She has plenty of flaws. But yeah, I remember watching this long-ass video about Mary Suing Not sure if the video actually called it that specifically, but like referring to Hermione in Harry Potter, for example. And in the way that her sort of more complex character from the books was just like turned into this incarnation of perfection in the movies. Are you sober? Yes, I am sober. It is Wednesday, my good man. I mean, the main reason I'm sort of just forcing myself to stay awake here so that I can stay, so I won't be too tired for tomorrow's school. Which normally is not what you would think about if you want to sort of I think Jon Snow is. He can't. Yeah, he kind of becomes that, but I don't think he didn't start out as a Mary Sue, and so he kind of gets to be a Mary Sue. Feck. Okay, that's bad. Shit. Yeah, I might need to get some more armies here actually, because that's a lot of fucking dudes. And yeah, I know I'm gonna do mercenaries just to get them recruited with some speed. Well, it's mostly after the book's end. Never know. Trøndere er litt alkoholikere. Of course. You know, I'm not above drinking on a Wednesday. But I was slightly considering it after I watched Gangel stream, and he's sitting there being all giggly with his wine. But I thought, nah, you know what? Let's keep it good. Giggly Angel. See, where's the capital? Is this the capital? No. Also, how would that not be the capital? That's Riyadh. Isn't that like the capital of the... Wait, are these the Saudis? No, these are just some random meme lords. And again, it's a fucking republic, so who knows? Maybe the Saudis used to rule the place, but then they got overthrown or something. Meiou and Faxes when? I don't know, you're gonna have to explain that joke to me, because I'm sadly too stupid to grasp it. Oh, feck. Yeah, I really need to siege this down before I can get what I want, and I do want it, so I'll take that risk. Try and keep an eye on these rebels and pay them down, which really sucks, but what are you gonna do? Are you the Caliph yet? No, I am not actually. I don't think I am anyways. Do we want to do this? Actually, I can become the Caliph right now. Sure, let's do that. Does that mean we become like Caliph, or just it? Yeah, I don't think we actually. Yeah, Padishah. I don't think we actually like become. It doesn't give us the title, I don't think. Ray from Star Wars has become the definition of a Mary Sue. Yeah. Unseat the false Caliph. Oh, neat. We should totally do that. Yeah, a lot of these like quote-unquote strong female characters in a lot of modern media are very much Mary Sue's. Fuck, you know, I can't keep paying for that. It's too expensive. Yeah, leader trade. Come on, come on. Siege, siege, siege. Nation is falling apart here. Feminism has gone too far. Diplomatic insult, really? The entire Islamic world has decided to say fuck me. Alright, let's do that. I could feed these. Oh, fuck it. Let's be greedy. Make him a vassal. Ah, but I haven't occupied it. Fuck it then. Just wrap it up. Alright, I'm off to bed. Alright, later realms. Feminism went too far when they put women in video games. Where am I from? I'm from Norway. I live in Trondheim, in Trøndelag. Yeah, I don't know. It always struck me as odd why feminists would champion characters like Rey, because I feel like they're more of an insult to females than they are like a celebration, because it's sort of... because it has these like weird implications. If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, no stress. Alright, now we're going to just sit around and have some civil war for a while, I guess. Happy fun times in civil war time. Let's actually see if we can kill this guy by just shitting out even more mercs. Try and get enough dudes to knock him out. Yeah, I know you guys love these Bedouin raids of yours. Remember the Battle of Vienna was in... yeah, blah 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 blah. I know, I've already fallen way behind the thing. I mean, you can see just this tiny little war I did here has basically triggered my entire nation into killing itself, so... I doubt I will ever get to siege Vienna in this campaign, I'm sad to say. I need to get gooder at Victoria or at EU4 first. Because obviously I still have much to learn. Ripley from Aliens is the prime example of a great female character. Yeah, she's cool. And then, you know, like a fuck ton of characters in Game of Thrones are awesome. At least I got the impression that George R.R. Martin has been praised for his female characters. I don't know, I guess most female characters really are fine. It's really just this sort of assumption that has just like that has sort of arisen that I don't know if that's the intention, but the sort of like idea that if a female character has flaws, it's somehow like sexist towards females because like females are perfect, I guess, and if they aren't, then something is... oh, fuck off! You can't be serial. Am I really stuck here? Nej! Men for I helvete da. What the fuck? Why could I walk? Oh, my ass. please. I need access. Oh, that's what I get for being greedy. Does the culture map look like? I don't think you will like it, Heraclius. I have decided that I want to die the entire population of the Candarese Caliphate. Yeah, basically. Yeah, Turkish has spread pretty well. Still some Greek enclaves in Anatolia, but most of it has been dealt with. The Pontic Greeks are also been, or have been heavily reduced, but it's been like that for a while though. I don't know how this province thinks. Like, when will this convert to the true way? Oh yeah, we're gonna get there eventually. Turkish is even spreading a bit further into Europe, as of right now as well. Constantinople is Turkish. Yeah, it's been that way for a while. I don't know if that happens by event or whatever, but something like that maybe. Fuck, I guess this army's just actually stuck then. Yeah, because there's no way I'm gonna get it. Yeah, the only hope then is somehow, you know, improving relations to the point where I can get access through Oman. Which probably can be done. Outright attitude, Oman, yeah, I could probably do that, but that sucks, because I kind of need that army to kill rebels right now. Things are sort of getting nasty here. Because I don't really have enough troops to kill the rebels with my current numbers. Come on, just die. Oh, feck. That's actually... this should be doable. Yeah, we should be able to deal with that. Boy, nobles. Give me... Improve condition of the serfs. Just give me, yeah, Corvée laborer, I guess. Whatever reduces revolt risk a tad. You made Constantinople Turkish unfollow. Culture conversion is automatic in this mod, or dynamic, I guess you could say. So I did not click that button, you know, intentionally necessarily. Also, I like how this army is just gonna sit there and take like billions of attrition. I might just have to give up on this army. You know what? I'm gonna give up on this army. That army is just stuck. Not worth my time. I need to get that force limit back so I can actually get some more cunts. Oh, and now of course I can't ask for manpower. Oh man, I'm an expert at fucking myself, aren't I? Yeah. Actually, didn't I already have a template there? Yeah. Give me an army, please. I mean, I agree with feminism that shitty one-dimensional haha blonde woman stupid XD characters have been done to hell. Whether they are sexist or not, I want them out of my media because they're just so bloody boring. I guess. I don't think too much about it, to be honest. I mean, the problem with Rey isn't... I don't know, I guess she isn't that bad of a character. I have much more of a gripe with... what is that other guy called? The guy who used to be a stormtrooper. I feel like the setup for his character was so good. But then they fucked it up by bringing the Poe Dameron or whatever, that cunt back. He should have died. Professional EU4 player. I guess technically, since I make money from playing the game, I am professional. But at the same time, I recently got a mail from Twitch that something with my setup is fucked, and I didn't actually get any of the subscription money. I think I still can get it though. I mean, I hope so. Recruitment time. You know what I can actually do with that? Real man watch Star Wars, the animated series? Like Clone Wars and shit? Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I could never truly get into Star Wars. Well, obviously I was, I've been into Star Wars as much as the next guy, I guess, but the sort of harsh truth that the only sort of immediately sort of accessible media, or the original trilogy is fucking awesome, and we it's fun to meme about the prequels and how supposedly awesome they are, but in reality they really aren't. And so and it looks like the sequel trilogy is going to be rather meh as well. And so when you're in a situation where like the core of the series is such a meh thing, then especially now that they nuked the the extended universe or whatever, which seemed to have some interesting stuff going on in it. Foreign talent. Well, I can't afford that, so you go away. Jesus, I'm losing money. I guess I'm a tad bit over my force limit, aren't I? No, actually I'm not. Interesting. The hell am I making so much? I guess I'm just trying to... I had to pay for all these troops. Good thing I had some cash saved up then, I guess. Real problem with Ray is that she's in Star Wars. Who would watch those shitty movies, Omega Lil? Yeah. I was sort of willing to go along with the Force Awakens, like if the follow-up movie was good, because that movie had some issues. But had they been fixed later, there would have been no problem in my eyes. But then the Last Jedi came and it was shit. And I very much stand by that. It's not like, oh, it's not as bad as... No, fuck you. That movie is trash. I feel like the best, like at least my favorite... I feel like I'm not really qualified to sort of say what is like the objectively best new Star Wars movie, but if I have to take in Cyprus yet, I don't know, because I've been focusing on the Mamluks, and you can see that every time I fuck with the Mamluks, the entire nation goes to shit. So I can only like do so many things at once. But yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I'm fabricating. So we are finally starting to get some planning set into reality here. Cyprus is Muslim, hilariously enough, so conquering him shouldn't piss off the Europeans, which is good. Yeah, there's so much to conquer. So much to conquer, so little time. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I might want to start giving up on conversion and go back to tolerance, because I need as much revolt risk reduction as I can. Colonize Australia. Taking, as I said before, getting... Wait, what just fell? I don't know. Meiou is so confusing. Don't have the specs for it. It's confusing, but I think it's a superior game. Oh, bastard. No, don't run off like that. Also, fuck off. Helene separatists. Oh, he's gonna run down to fucking... Oh! Please let me catch you. Thank the memes. Oh, of course he's gonna run down here. You utter nuisance. Extended... What? I think extended timeline is bad. Oh yeah. Extended timeline is... I don't know. I guess it could be a fun little gimmick in certain scenarios, but it's, you know, it's not like an actual mod you would play seriously. It seems far too memey for that. EU4 can barely represent the time period it's supposed to represent. So the idea that it can possibly... What do you mean you can't go there? Is there really... Oh, the port is on the wrong side of the ocean. That's a nuisance. They made the building system worse, but it has... start date in 2019. Yeah, so you would only play it for some gimmick reasons, like, you know... If you want to play like North Korea and nuke the United States or whatever, but, you know... But not for any, like, serious reason. At least that's the impression I get. I think, like, the best, like, modern day mod would be the one for Victoria 2. That's actually quite... That's quite a, you know... Yeah, rebellion I can deal with. I just really want to take these back though, because I'm fearful that they will flip.
Follower.
If the converters work better, there would be no reason for extended timeline. Well, there is no... Also, yeah, thank you for the follow, Real Bro. There's a very good 1356 mod that didn't change buildings. Well, for the record, the... oh, fuck. Yeah, this is why you get these insane revolts, because, like, the borders demand privileges. You know what? I'm just gonna let them have that. I can't be dealing with more revolts. But yeah, this mod actually... wait, why did I lose? It's a bit weird. But yeah, this mod starts in 1356. So that probably also makes the lackluster amount of expansion I've done, you know, even more clear, but there you go. Yeah, it's 1356. It's pretty good playing right now. Yeah, you a lot of these like overhaul mods change the start date to 56 because that's when the Holy Roman Empire became organized in the way that it is in the game. And obviously trying to simulate a sort of pre-EU4 Holy Roman Empire would be kind of confusing and just unrealistic and impossible. So I can see why a lot of mods choose that date specifically. Golden Bull indeed. Yes, 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 autonomy there, autonomy here. It happens. That's what I get for not having So hit just separate. Jesus Christ, man. You guys, what the fuck? Why? Are you so angry? Communication efficiency? Yeah, holding on to this shite land will be a nuisance. Like, even killing the rebels won't stop them from continuing to be angry at me. So what do you mean I can't go onto the boats? Oh, he's in the wrong... He's in the wrong thing. Red Turban Rebellion in China. That's also true. That makes China a lot more interesting. Well, so yeah, thank you for reminding me, Max Kartoffel. They actually attacked me. Absolute madman. Get whatever course we can. Keep fighting rebels. Do wonder how much those artisans in Chalkadiki have cost me at this point. It might be time to just let them go, because it doesn't seem like whatever I do there to try and build that city back up, like, does anything really.
Hello there.
The thick Candar right there. Hey, Lactose. Yeah, it's pretty thick. Then again, considering I've played for, what, over 300 years at this point, it probably could be thicker, but, you know, the only way to get better at the game is to play it, I guess. And so that's what I'm doing. Revolt, yeah, we kind of are getting a lot of those. Okay, quickly now. Siege that shit down. Preferably before these guys take this. Expansion in Meiou is slow anyway, right? Yeah, definitely. Then again though, from a lot of what I can see on Reddit, like, people can expand pretty fast. Then again, certain nations can expand a lot faster than other ones. Like, I'm pretty sure Byzantium and the Ottomans can blow up far and wide because of the special events and shit like that they get. Sadly, Candar gets no such thing. Which is kind of sad, because I'm reasonably sure anyways that that had I successfully played Karaman, they would have gotten some of those things, because I think they could have gotten... I don't know if they would have gotten permanent claims, but they could have gotten certain things. That would have been nice. It wasn't exactly a major player into the 16th century. Yeah. Still though, I feel like, you know, any Anatolian Beylik should in theory be allowed to sort of take over the role of the Ottomans. Okay, that's actually a lot more manageable than I thought or expected. You know what, you guys, yeah, I don't know. It seems that I've taken away too many privileges, and I can't afford to constantly deny them, so we must just go along with that. No, because the crashes are still more annoying than rebels. Oh yeah, you're talking to Kartoffel. I would honestly argue that the crashes are actually the more annoying part. I mean the rebels. I feel like every campaign of Meiou and Taxis I've played for ever really have been have generally been ended because I got sick of the rebel hunting. Because the estates get so pissy when you say no to their requests, as you can see. And so you have these like never-ending cycles of rebels that I think are completely unreasonable. And it, you know, it results in a gameplay style that you see now, where, you know, I'm fully aware that accepting all these privileges to the nobility and shit like that is a horrible strategy, but at the same time, I simply can't be bothered to fight it, because... Really? A crash in November?